if I'm stuck on something, then I'll put my hand up, or I'll just ask my mate next to me, and then that'll help me out.
After class, I'd ask the teacher to go over it with me, or at the start of the next lesson, and he'd just like break it down.
You can always ask your tutors for help. Most of the time, people, I think they're really shy and they don't have the confidence to ask. But if you ask, they always offer you help. And you can always go to these classes they do as well outside. So you can always get extra help depending how far you want to take your education. So it's basically on yourself as well. Because if you have a problem and you don't say what your problem is, it's hard for someone to help you. So it's about you finding out your problem and asking for help.
I would either check what my mates had and ask him how he's got that answer, and go through the working out again and compare our answers. And if I've got it wrong, then I'll ask him, oh, what did you do to get this answer? And then if I've got it right and he's got it wrong, then I'll help him out and tell him how I've got to that answer and what I did to work it out. And I think that helps me, because then it kind of puts in my head like how he's done it, and then that'll link onto me, and then I'll do that from now on, if you know what I mean.
Basically, smart targets is basically like, in this college we have Pro Monitor, which is on the computer. That's your database, and you set your own smart targets. So, for example, you could be like to be on time to lessons more, or to be up to date with work, or to feel more comfortable going into exams. And you have to hit the target by the deadline. So, and obviously the tutors help you hit your target as well. You don't have to do it on your own. And then you just review them. And if you've done it, then you set a new one. So it's like you're setting fears, but you're overcoming fears at the same time. So it's a win-win really.
When I go to maths, the teacher usually, before he starts a topic, he'll probably give us about 5 or 6 examples to copy in our books. And then he'd give us like about 15, 20 questions, and we'd use those examples to work out the actual questions.
We all have different learning techniques, so it's just finding which one's for you.
I think like some methods work for others, but then like another method might work for like me.
What works best for me is, if I say I was doing something like an equation, say, how much are you saving if you buy £2 for 4 loo rolls, or £1.30 for 3? What one can you buy to get to 24? Which one's the cheapest? And some of the methods the teachers use, some are confusing, but then some are just so simple you can get it like that and get the full marks, or you can then use it in everyday life there.
If it's a like hard maths question, I highlight the key words in it. So that's kind of like, you break stuff down into like little sections for you. Yeah, I like to like to be shown first and then like get to know it, and then I'll be alright with it after that.
Yeah, I prefer to see stuff, or like go through it with the teacher and then do it myself.
If I was in like an exam situation and I read the question but I didn't quite understand it, I leave it to the rest of the questions and then come back to it to spend more time on it.
Don't spend more than 10 minutes in one question, because you're going to be stressing yourself out. You just really don't spend more than 10 minutes.
When I want to do something, if I can't do it, I just go on YouTube and type it in, and then I can watch someone else do it, and I try to create what they created. So I use YouTube a lot. Same with when I'm cooking some different dish, I just go to YouTube, get the ingredients, and then I just follow what they do. So YouTube is quite helpful if you need any information.
Sometimes I go on the internet or look at YouTube videos, because our tutor sends like YouTube videos out. It says, have a look at these, run through these, and see what you think of them.
Last year I just did my maths and English, and I got bored just doing maths and English. I weren't looking forward to the lessons, so this year I thought, well, if I can get something that's going to distract me, so there's something to look forward to as well doing the maths and English, I might want to come in more often and stuff. So I took on the level 1 beauty, and mainly when I have beauty I have maths, so I have to come in. One of those, so it motivates me to come in and, you know, go with what the day holds.
Yeah, you do learn from your mistakes, yeah, because they go back through it and say, this is where you've gone wrong, and this is what you need to do next time.
None of us are perfect. We're only human, so we're allowed to make mistakes. You don't need to take it serious, you just need to learn from your mistakes and just get on with it. So if you keep saying, oh, I'm not good at this, blah, 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 I made a mistake, it's okay to make a mistake. As long as you acknowledge your mistake, that's what's important, and then you can try and correct your mistakes.
The only way of getting better is by making mistakes, because when you make a mistake, you do it again to try and then you can do it then.
you definitely learn from your mistakes in maths, definitely, because you fail at one subject, and if you don't go over it, it's never going to change. You have to go back to it, and because that's what I love about maths. As soon as you know that you've got something, you know it, and it clicks in your mind. So if you've like solved an equation, you're like, yes, I've done it.